Hey guys, Neomis here. So for today's video, I want to talk about the preview for the Arsenal-Watford game. It's going to be a tough one, and I thought, let me give my thoughts, see what you guys have to say, as well as my prediction. Stay tuned to my thoughts and my views, and if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button now, as well as the bell for the notifications, because YouTube has been a bit messed up lately, and yeah. Subscribe now. Let's go. So, Watford on Sunday. Now, first of all, I do want to say this. When I do the review of the Watford game, it's going to be out a lot later. I'm going to North Carolina for work, so I like my job. I get to travel. So unfortunately, I'm going to be missing that game. I'm going to be in the air flying around that time. And so that review is going to come late. But for the preview, I mean, let's talk big news straight out the... Hey. Big news straight out the gate. Lacazette injured. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a problem. Lacazette injured. That means we still got Pepe, but we all know he's not up to scratch just yet. And we got Aubameyang, who we know is a goal-scoring thunder machine. Now, let's take a look. Who are the options? Who is it that we can bring on? We all know that this now means that Aubameyang is going to be playing up front as the lone striker. Pepe will probably still be on the right. On the left, for me, has to be Reiss Nelson. I do not want to see no foolishness about Mesut Ozil. I've heard all the stories. James Benge off of Twitter. No. I want to see Reiss Nelson out there on the left or the right, or him and Pepe could interchange. Like, that would actually be a pretty good front three, with all three kind of interchanging, giving us that goal, that penetration is what we want to give us the goals that we need. And then on top of all of that, you still got the likes of Deeney and Bellerin and Holden. They're still out. But good news is that they are back in training, which is great. We should see them within the next 4 to 6 weeks, which is good. So that means that not only are our defenders going to be coming back, but around that time, kind of mid to late October, Lacazette should also be back there as well. What this does mean is that this presents a good opportunity for maybe some of the younger players to come in to provide that bench spot for me, to really be honest. It probably means that guys like Gabriel Martinelli, Emile Smith-Rowe will also be getting their chances to play, just because of this that's going to be happening. From what I understand, I've taken a look at the fixture list. Within 21 days, we're going to be playing 7 times. And that's across all competitions. We've got the game at Watford on Sunday. We've got the game against, I believe, Victoria on Thursday. Then we got another one on Sunday as well. And a few more other games coming up. Some real big games. Manchester United is also coming up as well. So we do need to get things going. We need to get a flow going. This is the time. Now we got a few of these little hiccups out of the way. We got to push on and progress. Who else do we have that could potentially start? So front three sorted. Midfield, I'm still going with my best midfield, and that is Lucas, as troops like to say, Bomba Clark Torreira, Danny Ceballos, and Joe Willock in that midfield. For me, that midfield has got speed, strength, pace, defensive solidity, creativity, and goals in there. It's got it all. That's what that midfield has. That's what I want to see. Granit Xhaka, piss off. Not your biggest fan. Yes, you are an Arsenal player. I do have respect for you. I will not abuse you in any way, but piss off. I will say this right now. At the back, I'm going 4 at the back. So we got David Luiz, Socrates in defense. We have Kolasinac and we have Ainsley Maitland-Niles. The defence picks itself. We got too many injuries to really be picking in defence. And then obviously Bernd Leno in goal, unless somehow he manages to pick up an injury over the next day or so. So pretty much a routine starting lineup. Yes, the front three is a little bit different. This is a big opportunity for Reiss Nelson. I mean, I know he hasn't had that much opportunities, but he did play in the first couple games, and he's got to stand up and do what we all know that he could do. Reiss, no more sitting down on the bench. Now it's time to elevate yourself. Show everyone what you can do. And let's push forward. But this is going to be a tough game against Watford. I know Troy Deeney is injured, but they do have Danny Welbeck. I know it's not much to worry about because Danny Welbeck is a player that struggles to score goals, but he does have a great work rate. He does hold the ball up well, and he does all the right things except for score goals. So I do expect him to be a bit of a nuisance. They still got Ismaili Assar, the former Rennes winger who was absolutely donning it up in Ligue 1 last season and did so against us, to be really honest. So he's there as well. I mean, who else have they got? They got Andre Gray. He's there, quick, strong, can score goals, got everything you really need as a striker, similar to being in that Vardy mold. Really hasn't, you know, scored the goals needed to kind of prove that, but he has all the physical attributes similar to kind of Welbeck in that Watford side. But it's going to be a tough one. I believe they still got Holebas there, you know, manning down the fort. You know, we all know he's a very consistent player, someone who I frequently use in my fantasy football teams, Holebas. But, you know, Watford are a side right now that they started the season bad. Got rid of their manager, bewildering to me. Last season was their best season statistically, and now the guy goes and gets sacked after starting with a bad run. I mean, it is a tough one, but I just hope this isn't the game where they get that new manager bounce, where everyone's like they need to prove to the manager, because then this makes Arsenal's life a lot more difficult. I still do rate Arsenal for this game. We hardly had any players that were on international duty. I think the only ones were the likes of Granit Xhaka that was out on international duty. I think David Luiz was as well. Reiss Nelson was in the under-21s, along with Eddie Nketiah, who's out on loan. And Hector Bellerin as well, but he was just out there with the team. I mean, he was really injured, so he couldn't do much. But overall, everyone who really went on international duty didn't really have a big part to play. They're all back. They're all basically at 100%. So this is the perfect time for the Arsenal just to go out there and just get that win. Now, here is my prediction. 2-1 to the Arsenal. This will be a tough game. Watford, they're a side that they in recent years have always been a bit tricky. Always been a bit tricky. And when Troy Deeney is playing, I mean, we all know it could be a little bit wayward. I don't think there'll be a great number of goals, but I do think that we will score. 2-1 goals by Aubameyang, and I do believe that this will be the first game that Nicolas Pepe gets his first goal. So, and on their side, you know what? Danny Welbeck, just for the sake of it. Danny Welbeck will get a goal for Watford. Let me know your comments below on what you think about my preview, on my prediction for this game. Do you agree with it? Do you disagree? I mean, what do you think about the return of Danny Welbeck for the Arsenal? I've never been much of a fan of his, but I know that a lot of viewers and a lot of Arsenal fans really rated him. I don't, but leave your comments below, your thoughts, your opinions on how it's going to be. And I will see you again Sunday evening or early Monday morning, depending on when I get that video up. So stay tuned, and I'll see you again next time. Peace.